welcome to another Quarantine Cup number 80. Well, it's 83. Playing here in the playoffs against Minion Pond. I'm number 2, they're number 3. On the other side, we have Sarthak C. Going up against Dan Brooks with Sarthak in the first seed. So 4-3, where you have the Magpie with the Hovel, is quite a bit better than this one. Pretty considerably better, because Magpie trashing Hovel Amulet is probably the best opening you can get on this board. Even better than the 5s. In this case, I mean, Sentry would be fine, but I'm not sure it's the best. Draw is a bit limited here. It's Magpies. Okay, well, like I said, I think I don't know why I thought Magpie could trash Hovel. What is wrong with me? I mean, obviously I was thinking of Island, and I don't think the Island opening is actually very good. But, man, my brain sometimes is garbage. Makes the Magpie miss. A little sad, but does let us play the Amulet. Well, drawing the other Amulet, not so exciting. Kind of hoping to just do a run on the Magpies. I don't think... Probably trash Necro here. It doesn't seem worth keeping. I don't know how important Academy is necessarily. So the thing is that you probably unlock it quite a bit after the Magpies already disappeared. So then you're kind of a little questionable. Like, they could just run on Minion Pond's turn, and then you're like, well, what did I do that for? Though I do think buying actions is reasonable here, so I think I'll go ahead and get it and hope Minion Pond doesn't get all 3 of the Magpies, that I get at least 1 villager from Magpies Oven, and then this turn be looking to buy Soothsayer. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. I guess it didn't work out yet. Okay, now it worked out pretty well. No particular reason to play this other Magpie. Get a Soothsayer. There's something to be said for maybe trading the coppers into silvers. Not sure. And the question here is, do you go like Bandit Camp or Replace first? Yeah, so Minion Pond. I think you go Replace first. I'm not sure if I trash with this Amulet. Okay, that's not so great. Unfortunately, the curses aren't super good. It's pretty much just a play to get golds for replacing and, just having golds. So this was a really bad turn for minion pawn, so that means the curse actually is sort of in the shuffle, which looks pretty nice to me. I think I like going Bandit Camp. I'm gonna go ahead and play all of these. I don't know if there's a place for... I mean, there may be something to be said for just trashing here versus the other things you might be inclined to do. Which would be like silver gains and then... I think you just trash here, actually. We should have enough golds to do most of what we want. I'm not super convinced of the value of this ghost town, but it doesn't seem crazy. Minion pawn doesn't hit a very good sentry. They're gonna be in a bit of a rough spot, I think. Just think they don't have money right now. They obviously didn't. Oh, never mind. They just clicked kind of slowly, or was just working through the. Okay, but anyway, I am at least a little bit ahead here. This could be silver. It could be a trash. I think I'm ready to start greening. So, pretty much willing to go fairly hard on the greening. At this stage, and just, if I replace province into province, that kind of stuff, I should be able to run them down before minion pawn cleans up and has money. I have drawn pretty well with my magpies too, despite now having, not a huge amount of treasure to action. Like those magpies hit really well. Okay, yeah, this is, they're not doing anything now. I think we just mill and buy. Just make the point supply go way down. And of course, give out some curses. I'm not likely to hit. Goes for another replace. That's interesting. That's really a little bit strange to me. But they were way down anyway. Yeah, so I complained about my opening because I was just confused and dumb. And then I definitely had the better opening than minion pawn on top of first player. So we go watch the other semifinal. See what's happening over there. Well, just at first glance, oh, they got a possession game. That's funny. That's super funny. I have no idea. I don't know that I've ever spectated a possession game in this client. It sure does look weird. like flipped around, or I guess that was when Sarthak. Yeah, that was weird. Two of those cards are great, Libby. Two of those cards are fantastic. This is a weird board. Oh, it got hit. Followers with swindle. See, that's great. I mean, that's just funny. Dan can probably do the silver thing. Glancing just based on the score and on yeah, you just do the silvers and just score points to the best of your ability. I don't know what, exactly how often Sarthak is playing possession, but like the points will just get eaten up here. Or can. Like Dan here can do silver again and buy duchy. Okay, yeah, I would just score points as Dan. Like duchy is good enough. Dan is getting awful draws on his Chancellor though. So I guess here it works out in his favor. No, Sarthak just placed the Swindler. They had a sense. So, possession would have helped Dan out quite a bit there, but now the possession wasn't played, so I guess the next time possession will be played will be just like forever from. I think, doesn't possession like seriously mess up some things? Like, aren't there like game breaking bugs with possession? All right, well, it looks like they survived it. Sarthak undoed into giving Dan a guide, basically. That's pretty brutal, actually. Anyway, Dan's gonna get out of this one just fine. The Swindlers don't really do Sarthak any favors at this point. All they do is speed up the end of the game. I guess hitting duchy is nice, but that's pretty much it. And the rest of the Swindler hits either do approximately nothing or are likely to hurt Sarthak's chances. Pretty much a duchy hit is the only thing that. Oh, look at that! A Piazza reveals possession. That was pretty exciting. I didn't even know anybody had Piazza, to be perfectly honest. So I guess it got Dan a province a second ago. I kind of wonder how that happened, but I didn't. Just didn't actually see the reason why it worked. This is starting to look possible. Starting to look possible. I would have just taken duchy there. You need points so badly. Like 3 provinces isn't even enough, so. Yeah, that looks like a bad play, Livy. They should have left it for Dan. I would honestly give Sarthak Swindlers back, not silver. I think Swindler is just worse than silver is for Sarthak now, if I were Dan there, but Okay, now this is just too many points. It was already too many points, but now it's super too many points. Like, even if Sarthak trashed every duchy Dan has, I don't think they catch them in points at this point. Trashed every estate into nothing. You just Dan would run up. Okay. Okay. This is maybe to my favor since I get to be first player in the last game, but it's probably not since it's Dan. I'm not super familiar with Sarthak. They beat me today, so both of these players beat me today, actually. So we'll see how it goes for me. I think who's the host? I mean, I'm not in a particular rush. All right. What are we doing? Make a new table. I don't know. Is somebody host? Is Dan host or what's the sitch? I guess Dan didn't really know who. Oh, I guess Dan is gone. Dan's back. I'm not. Who's host now? All right. I'll just make a table. All right, we got it. We got it all straightened out in the end. 5-2 is quite good. Also, you have Way the Pig Haggler to boost it. So, pretty nice to boost livery stuff. I guess I just go. I mean, there are two. You can open livery or haggler, I think. Both seem pretty good to me. I think the haggler has potentially higher upside. The livery is going to be a little more guaranteed good just because of the $3. There are fewer super sad hands to draw it with. It's possible to hit like Haggler, $5 and then you're really happy. So it's not super clear to me because it would be nice to get dungeons. I'll probably take a Covenant at some point, but I'm not in any sort of rush to get one. Dan goes with the Haggler. I mean, the 3-2 is also pretty decent. If you have that Haggler with 3. Like this is kind of sad, but I should have I was thinking livery first, then Dan bought Haggler and it convinced me otherwise. It's a big difference on this shuffle though if you hit Haggler 5 versus not. Like that's huge. Like this is probably game losing bad. Like you can go livery dungeon here. Dan goes for a second Haggler, which is also not unreasonable, but I think on the I'm not sure. But I would probably have done livery the second one, but whatever. This is kind of annoying because I can do this a couple of different ways, but I think I better set aside a card. And then this is a little annoying because I mean it's another copper. Can't really just weigh the I can weigh the pig and then draw nothing, but I don't know if I go for a silver. I am sort of reaching the point where it's a little hard for me to hit 5. I mean, I can pick up the mat. Silver is not what you want, particularly. Neither really is. Well, it doesn't really matter if you have a bunch of native villages. You can pig them if you have to. You feel like that's better. This is pretty nice. I mean, it's basically the best draw I could have gotten in that case. I don't know how Haggler works with Destrier. What is Haggler? When you buy, so you buy it and then you gain the other thing, and then Destrier's thing goes down, but you can still buy like Destrier plus a 5. And then I guess you have multiple Haggler effects. I guess you can maybe even gain a Destrier. Not sure. Okay, Dan's Haggler hides a little bit, which is super cool. I think I'm just gonna go for trying to find Haggler. My Haggler's hide a little bit, which is super uncool. If I'd hit one here, I'd be in really good shape, actually. complained a little bit too much about my first bit because you can always have it swing around. There was still plenty of time for that to happen anyway. Don't know if you really want multiple dungeons or if you're just pretty happy with doing more native villages. There's some nice flexibility with the native villages. Guess we can try to see if what the to either do werewolf or if there were a little bit better, cheaper ones, I would be more of a fan of the third haggler at this point, but not so sure this way. Dan is all about the dungeons, which I don't actually quite get relative to the... I guess now I could do the experiment of the question of how much do I want to try to play a dungeon, I guess. Don't really know how this works. I guess if you get 3 hagglers in play and you buy a 5, then you can do something Destrier. So that's kind of nice. Maybe I should have done that. We're just gonna end up getting like Noble Brigands and like these will run out and we'll still be haggling stuff. But now Dan can't even hit 5. So I guess unless the no, that wouldn't work either. Now Dan can't hit 5 even, so that's not very good. There's nothing particularly exciting about getting, you know, Noble Brigand and Native Village dungeon. I mean, not especially. I mean, it's fine, I guess, to get that many. I mean, it's fine to have them, but it's not an especially useful outcome for Dan. This Noble Brigand is probably going to be friendly to me. No, okay. I mean, it's still nice for me to trigger the shuffle. I don't think it was right, actually. If it hadn't given me a copper, it would have been just strictly good for me. As is, it's probably still to my benefit, though it's, you know, little bit of an issue. Guess I'm gonna do it like this. Would be cool to find something nice. I mean, there's always just set aside and go for a bigger turn the next turn. Not really sure if I have the native villages then. Dan is gonna see quite some dungeons, but still. There's like a destrier still in here. I mean, if I could find something this turn, that would be probably a little nicer. Yeah, this isn't looking so great. Oh, this is okay. We don't have a native village, which is sad, but whatever. I don't think there's one in the bottom here. We could potentially draw into one. It maybe would have been better to do set aside, and just find it. But we did find a haggler, so that made a pretty big difference. I'm pretty willing to green if I have 8 and I have like 3 hagglers down. It does feel weird that we never did the liveries. Like, that feels questionable. Here Dan will be able to get a little bit of some, get a destrier, I guess, with his 5s. I may get bit by the tie thing here. I could easily get bit by the tie thing here if Dan, like, let's say Dan goes haggler, native village, dungeon, destrier, something like that. If next turn Dan can get to 8, then they'll have a win no matter what. Because I guess assuming that they play all 4 hagglers. So unfortunately, okay, Dan bought a werewolf. Okay, that means that the threat is actually not there for the tie thing to just win, which is pretty huge. That would have been a little scary. I guess not super likely to be able to just hit 8 with just 2 cards on the mat. That's not a huge amount of cards on the map. Now we have to try and see if we can get to a native village. Okay. Pretty cool. We'll pick up, because I think I do like just getting a province now. So long as I don't right now Dan has we each have 3 hagglers, so Dan has I could take a haggler. And that would give me a little additional threat. I can go like haggler destrier or haggler werewolf. Probably werewolf is fine. not super clear that I should want to do this way, to be honest. Maybe it should be Destrier. I don't know. It's a little weird. The Destriers are, of course, labs, so they just sort of feel good. Dan still has a couple on the mat, not too scary. Dan doesn't get to 8 here, they're gonna have a pretty hard time, I think. I guess there's like a world where you think about a coven. I don't know. It's a little awkward. Even this amount of cards in hand is, I don't like how to. Guess you could maybe pick up the mat and hit 8, but I'm not actually terribly likely to hit 8 either. So if I draw into the Destriers or the Werewolves, then it's possible. Otherwise, it's not super good chances. I guess Dan did 8, so if I can hit 6 with the well, now only with 2 now only with I guess I only have to hit 6 with 1 haggler, or with the 3 hagglers in play. Anyway, this is still kind of a. This isn't super clear either whether you do the native villages or the haggler. If I don't win and Dan does the promise thing again, then that's trouble. I guess there's a world where I can hit 8 but not hit the. Because like Duchy doesn't protect me again because of the. Because of the issues with. Ooh. This is really kind of gross. I guess you pick up and then play the other one as pig first. And have the village in case you have a werewolf on top, or the other haggler, I guess. I guess if you're doing it this way, then you should have picked up. I mean, it probably won't matter, but you should have picked up. If you're gonna pick up at all, this first native village I played should be picked, or shouldn't be picked. It should just be set aside. It's the same thing. It gets me extra actions. Because like this is a little bit worse. But this is quite a bit better. Or a good draw anyway. Okay, this game. I don't know why they took the dungeon. That made it, you know, a little bit easier for me. No, I mean, I might have still been able to make it to the other haggler, but I think the last dungeon for Dan was definitely a mistake. Because I don't think they needed it to threaten. Maybe they did. Alright, but anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all another time.